Hi, I'm going to walk you through how to create a MindMeister mind map. MindMeister is a website with a free mind mapping tool, and mind mapping is a way of brainstorming and making it really visible, and also a bunch of people can work on it at the same time remotely. So mind mapping software. Why are we doing it? Because we are creating a still life and we want to do it through the lens of either the math, the science, the language arts, or the history. And it's to help us dig around in our own minds and come up with some things that are that we wouldn't have thought of otherwise. I really would like you to dig deep on this, and you can take a break, search things up on the computer, and come back to the mind map. So we're going to think about the concept of impermanence. So I'm starting with a really big idea, and I want you to get smaller and smaller until you come up with images or attitudes about these things that you can infuse into your artwork. So you're going to use one of four topics: math, science, history, or literature, and use these big questions such as creating geometric concepts, how does it show in the final piece, how does scientific phenomena inform our understanding of hierarchies, layerings, how do we do imagery, how do we create characters, and how do we construct what is real. I added a couple artists in the math section, Rene Magritte and Leonardo da Vinci, in this slide, and I'll try to make sure I remind you of that too. So hopefully we've already created our little brainstorming sheet in Google Draw to give us a little bit of background information to do this. So remember why I'm asking you to do it. It's to generate imagery, to draw, but to choose a way you draw it. Here's a little inspirational Salvador Dali living still life, and all the pieces are like floating up in the air. There's some sort of landscape in the background, and there's a dreamlike quality and a crisp reality to the work. So I'm going to walk you through this mind map using the word renewal, and the topic I'm going to use is science. So I'm going to just narrate through this. And this is a work by Van Gogh, and about 1889, and that's a vase of sunflowers. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to MindMeister. You're going to go ahead and make an account on MindMeister through your Google school account, okay? And that's really important for when you're going to share it with me. You're going to take this plus sign. You're going to dot on the plus sign. Okay, here I am. I'm about to make a new mind map. Now, when you make this new mind map, what you're going to do is it's going to come up here, it's going to say new mind map, and you're going to replace that word with the word impermanence. To show you, I'm going to use a different word, renewal. You're also going to invite me to your mind map so I can come and look at your mind map, ask questions, or make comments on your mind map to help you. So you're going to go ahead and put my email address in your mind map, and you're going to push invite. You can also invite other people that have chosen the same thing you have. This isn't like you're going to draw the same still life at all. It's just that you're going to put your heads together and think of more things. If you want to do this individually, it's fine. Or if you want to group up according to, similar ideas, you can. So now I'm going to select that, and I'm going to write the word renewal, which is the word I said I was going to use as I kind of work on through this sample. So now what I'm going to do right now, I have typed it, and I'm going to go up to the little plus sign up in the top bar, and I'm going to press on the plus sign, and there's going to be a little opening. So when I think of renewal, I'm going to add, I'm going to kind of cut and paste this question with some of my mentor artists. Okay, just so I remember why I'm doing this and giving me a lot of ideas. You saw that there you had the opportunity to split that into some different topics. I definitely could have done that. I'm going to take Jen Stark. I'm going to take all of these artists, and I'm going to make separate categories for them, especially if you saw some of their work and you really wanted to describe it, because you don't want to copy or do in the style of with this. I really want you to do it in the style of yourself. I just want you to look at these artists to see how they solved for this problem, and then you can sort of look. Now you see that you could add imagery, but that is a paid part of the MindMeister, so we cannot add imagery, unfortunately. Gosh, I wish we all had a subscription to this, because I think MindMeister is a really cool program. So now I'm going to do some brainstorming, and if you were doing this with a couple different people, you would be both doing this at the same time potentially. And so I'm just thinking of words that remind me of renewal: born again, changing, refreshing, growing. So now that I've made those kinds of words that have to do with the word renewal, I'm going to go and I'm going to add more. So it's important that you click on the word that has something to do with it. For example, I just thought of the water cycle, and that's more like changing. Scientific phenomena that I can think of. I'm trying to think of any scientific phenomena that I even can think of, and some of these are so I might end up putting matter changing energy. I might click that and I might bring it back to changing. This is really kind of brainstorming, but it's a little more focused than just plain brainstorming. You're really trying to get to something. So with all of these things that I'm doing, ice to water, changing, I might think, well, maybe I'll draw some ice cubes with some water dripping down, like maybe dripping down some sort of other object, a glass of water, a glass of ice. So you can kind of think of what you want to be drawing or how you want to draw it. Earthwork sculptures, maybe I want to make everything really earthy and textured. That's an idea. So here I am on the word changing. What does it mean? Okay, I think of seeds growing. I think of plants. So I'm just, like I said, I'm really digging around in my own mind. There's no wrong answer, but it's important to stay remembering always why you're doing this. So trees dying, becoming, so maybe I'm thinking maybe you'll do let's imagine the trees dying and becoming little mini ecosystems, like they die and then the mushrooms grow on them and little animals start living in the hollow trunk or whatever. So that's a kind of a tableau or a scene, but how could I do it in a still life? Well, maybe one of my pieces of still life, maybe the book that it's sitting, or the skull could be made like a tree bark skull with mushrooms growing out of it. So I want you to really think, I don't want you to necessarily be like, this is going to be surrealism where it's all going to be real crazy looking. It could even just be the way you draw it, or the colors that you use, or the objects that you pick. So anyways, I think this is me kind of going around and moving it around, trying to show you everything. So you can only make 3 mind maps on this MindMeister app. What I've done is I've shared them, and once you share them with me, I'm pretty sure that I can go ahead and print them, at least screenshot them. So this is my expectation, and I hope you really get to some interesting ideas with this mind map.